Good morning, children. Welcome to our today's English class. Kids, I know you are ready for listen to the second stanza of the poem, The Way Through the Woods. Okay, we know The Way Through the Woods. The poem is written by the famous writer Joseph Rudyard Kipling. And what is his famous novel? His famous novel was The Jungle Book. The character Mowgli. Then okay kids, let us recap what we did in the previous class. Okay, once more we can go through the first stanza of the poem. Okay, the first stanza, the way through the woods, says that they shut the road through the woods 70 years ago. That means they shut the 70 years ago. Before 70 years, there was a road which was shut by the people. Then now the road was left undisturbed. No one is using that road for traveling. Weather and rain undone it again. That means weather and rain converted that place into a dense forest, because no human beings are going there. So the weather, the rain, the continuous rain changed that place to a dense forest. And now you would never know there was once a road through the woods, and if we go to there now, we can't identify that there was there was a road. Once there was a road. If we go to that place, we can't find a road which was used by the people 70 years ago, 70 years before. Then now we can see the Coppice Heath. Coppice and heath means an open land covered by the wild grass and shrubs. So now we can see the wild grass, shrubs and everything covered that place, and its place look like a dense forest. Then we can see the thin anemones. Anemones means a small type of grass which have a white colored flower. We can see the thin anemones there. And the next thing is the keeper, who is the person who is in charge for looking after this place. He can see the ring-dove birds. That means the birds were sitting on their eggs for hatching, sitting on their eggs for producing the little young ones. And also the badger is a type of animal, is playing in the middle of that road. Then there was once a road through the woods, but there was once a road through the woods, and that road was used by the human beings. But now there was no human beings using that road for traveling, and that place occupied by the other living organisms in the nature. So the nature shows the power of nature in this world, that nature is more powerful than the human beings. So my kids, so previous class we stopped it here. Now today we can continue with the second stanza. Okay, take your textbook in your hand and take your pencil for underlining the important or new terms in this stanza. Okay, listen carefully. Look in your textbook. Yet if you enter the woods of a summer evening late. Okay, then the poet is saying, now if you enter the woods of a summer, in the evening late of a summer, if you enter the woods when the night air cools on the trout ringed pools, where the outer whistles is made. So you can feel the night cool air, and also you can see the trout ringed pools. Pools means it's a place covered by water, and you can see the trout. Trout's a type of common fish in that pool. So you can see the trouts in that pool, and you can feel the cool air, and also you can hear the outer whistles his mate. Outer whistles means the otter means an animal, and that animal producing a sound to attract his half. So you can hear the whistles of otter, you can feel the cool air, and also you can see the otter playing in the pool. So if you go to the place in a evening of a summer day, you can feel these all things, or you can see the trout, you can feel the cool air, and also you can hear the otter whistling sound. Okay, then the poet is saying, they fear not men in the woods because they see so few. They are free in that place and they are making their sounds, they are playing in their way, in their own way, because they didn't see any human beings passing through that road. So they didn't see a human beings, then they know no human being will come here. So that place occupied by them. Then the next the poet is saying, you will hear the beat of a horse's feet. Then the poet is saying, then if you stay there for something, you can hear the beat of a horse's feet. That is the galloping of a horse. That means you can hear the horse's feet. Then sound of the horse's feet. Then and the swish of a skirt in the dew. We can hear two sounds. First is the horse galloping sound, and next is the swish of a skirt in amongst the dew-covered grains. Steadily cantering through the misty solitudes. Cantering means used to describe a horse running at a medium speed. Horse sound. Then solitude means a lonely place where there are no people about. That's a lonely place. No one is there. As though they perfectly know the old lost road through the woods. Then there is no physical appearances we can find in this place of this horse or this lady, but the poet is saying that someone, the old people or someone, they know the perfect way of this road, and they know that here was once a road, and that means this may be a person who lived 70 years before, and now they are not alive in this world. That so the ghost, we can say the ghost means someone know there was a road, and now the present human beings can't find a road there. Then but there is no road through the woods. That's the writer saying, the speaker, our poet is saying, but the poet is not sure that there is a road through the woods. The poet is not sure that there is a road through the woods. The poet is saying there is no road through the woods. I am not sure about the road because I can't find a proper road or proper path there. But if we go to that place evening of a summer day, you can hear the whistling sound of a otter, you can see the trout playing in a pool, and also you can hear the galloping of a horse, and you can hear the swish of a skirt in the dew. That means the old persons, that means the persons who know about this road, they are using this road for their traveling. But the thing is that persons are not alive in this world. They died, and still this road was using by the unnatural or supernatural things. Okay, this is the poem, my kids. I believe you enjoyed the poem. It's also a horror type, scary type poem. Okay, my kids, this is our poem. Okay, we finished our poem. Okay, go through this poem and study the important words there. Here we can see trout. Trout means a type of a fish, and otter whistle his mate. Otter means a type of animal. Whistles means is a sound, and his mate means his other half. Then the cantering. Cantering means the word used to describe horse running at a medium speed. And solitude means a lonely place where there are no people, where there are no people about. So these are the important words in this poem. And then swish is W-I-S-H. Swish means a rustling or hissing sound. Swish means the hissing or rustling sound. Okay, my kids, this is the poem. Okay, now we can go to your activity, your second activity. Your activity, yes. Second activity means first class I gave one activity from the first answer. Okay, kids, your second activity is come up with a story to explain why the road though the woods was shut, and remember to include the woman and the horse in your story. So come up with a story. The first class I gave the same question, and the question is, why do you think the road was shut? So today you need to create a story about why the road was shut, and here you need to include the woman and the horse in this poem. Okay, my kids, I believe you understood about your activity. Okay, thank you for watching and listening me. Read this poem. It's an interesting poem. Okay, read this poem, study the meanings, new spellings of the new words, and do your activities. Okay, thank you for listening and watching me. Thank you.